We are traveling south from Lee's Ferry, Arizona. To our right are the Vermilion Cliffs of the Grand Staircase. The Vermilion Cliffs were formed during the Jurassic period, 165 to 200 million years ago. They are part of the Mojave and the Kayenta formations. Cathedral Wash Trail is a 3-mile hike through Kaibab limestone formations. As described, the canyon walls rise as you follow a mostly dry wash to the Colorado River. This adventure has no major technical challenges, but scrambling and careful decision-making are needed to choose a safe route over ledges and drop-offs. Let's give it a try. Okay, I'm starting on Cathedral Wash Trail. Heading in the direction of the Colorado River. Apparently it gets narrow down through here where you have to scramble over some rocks. But we'll see how it goes. I sure do like this blue sky that I wasn't expecting. It's a wonderful thing. Looks like some rock scrambling ahead. Then she dips down. Looks like a layer of gypsum. Wow. Yeah, I'm sure it is. This is just a dried up inland sea, deposited all this white calcium sulfate. Kind of looks like snow. Wow. That's called a xenolith. It's a inclusion or a clast, they call them, of a different type of rock included in that sandstone. They're all along here. Wow. Cutting deeper and deeper into the canyon. Well, all you have to do is figure your path. Now you're going to get through all that, but it's doable. A flash flood come through here. The good news is you could get up on these ledges, get higher and higher. So it's not like an antelope canyon where there's no escape route. No storms in the area, and particularly no severe thunderstorms in January. What is this? January 22nd, 2026. Still hiking. Getting deeper still. May have to check around and see what the best way down in there is. That's a pretty good drop right there. Well, made it. When I was on a hike to, this is Cathedral Wash, but that was Cathedral Trail in Sedona, which is, there's a lot of rather steep areas you have to scramble over. But her advice was that your butt is your friend. So don't be afraid to get down and slide on your rear end. Because toppling forward usually doesn't work out that good. Getting into a little moisture. Hopefully there's no mountain lion wanting to have a drink. Well, the good side of that is at least my body wouldn't be wasted. Well, this is gonna take some figuring. Don't want to get my feet wet. It's cold. Well, that was a little work. Had hang on to that ridge right there. Find little handholds to keep me from slipping over backwards down into the deep abyss. Jeez. But made it. Going back, we'll see. Maybe going back, if I go up and get on this ledge, bypass that. I guess we'll see. It's opened up a little bit right in here. Again, I don't really know what lies ahead. But so far, it's been fantastic. Look at that big slab that fell down. I think the top of that is our destination. Maybe not. Well, this may take some figuring. I say, I don't see any ladders. And they don't give any suggestions. Well, looks like I may have met my match. There seems to be no easy way to get down in there to the bottom. The thing about it is, once you get down in, you have to be able to get back out. And since there's not a whole lot of people around, much as I hate it, I think discretion may have to prevail. But it's been great so far. Well, the only way I can see possible to get down there is as you go along here. Right here where you can see most people might have scurried down on their butt. You go down to there to get to this ledge, and then follow that ledge over to this point, scurry down, and maybe get on this next layer. And then where these holes are, right here, maybe get some handholds and get yourself down to the bottom. But like I said, once you're down, you got to get back up. So maybe another day. Here's some Mormon tea, also called ephedra. The Mormons couldn't drink coffee for the religion, so they got sneaky You boil those roots up and it makes a drug like ephedrine and a histamine, but also gives you a little buzz, I think. Mormon tea. There's the daunting hole. A rope would help. One last look at the possibilities here. Okay. It looks like I see some footprints where people went down there. Once you get to that ledge right there, then where you go, I'm not sure. But you go along that ledge, maybe you have to crawl, then you could possibly get over to that ledge, which might lead along that cliff there and then work your way down that way. Maybe. But getting up right here might be problematic. Well, here we are at this spot again. Let's see if I can figure a different approach. Maybe not. That was a tricky spot there. Had to walk along this ledge with your hands trying to find handholds on that sandstone there. Yeah. But made it. Okay. Looks like the left. Erosion is definitely amazing. The patterns. May have to make a run for it on this one. Okay, no video. Look at the layer after layer after layer of mudstone. Wow. Just goes on and on and on. Boy, oftentimes you see that where they're together. That is a green sandstone. And of course over here the red. And it just depends on the environment. The green was in an anaerobic environment, so the iron never oxidized, so it was reduced. Here, the iron did oxidize into iron oxide, and thusly the red. And the red is just covering particles of silica. So it's just a thin veneer, but the actual sand that make up these sandstone rocks are all silica, which is semi-clear. To get to this trail, you go through this culvert. Parking lot or pull off is right here by the road. And you go down and get under the road through this culvert and then on to the trail.